Hello everyone. Now, let us talk about the evolution of the Philippine Constitution. Let's go! Before we proceed to our main topic, the first thing that we need to know is what is Constitution? According to Merriam-Webster, a constitution is the basic principles and law of a nation, state, or social group that determine the powers and duties of the government and guarantee certain rights to the people in it. And it is also a written instrument embodying the rules of a political or social organizations.
And since we already know about the meaning of constitution, let us move on to our main topic. The four constitution. Number 1 is Malulus Constitution. The political constitutions of 1899, or in Spanish, Constitución Political de 1899, informally known as the Malulus Constitution, was the constitutions of the First Philippine Republic. The constitutions place limitations on unsupervised freedom of actions by the chief executive, which would have hampered the rapid decision making. So, aside from that, what is the purpose of Malulus Constitution? The Constitution specifically provided for safeguards against abuses and enumerated the national and individual right not only of the Filipino and of the aliens. The legislative powers were exercised by the Assembly of the Representative composed by delegates elected according to law. And now, let us move on to the second constitution. The 1973 Constitution. When did the 1973 Constitution started? The 1973 Constitution, draft presented to President Marcos by the 1971 Constitutional Conventions on December 1, 1972, then ratified by citizens' assemblies held from January 10 to 15, 1973. Proclaimed and enforced by proclamations by President Marcos January 17, 1973. But what is the purpose of 1973 Constitution? The Philippines renounces war as an instrument of national policy, adopts the generally accepted principle of international law as part of the law of the land, and adheres to the policy of equality, justice, freedom, cooperation, and amity with all nations. Now, let us proceed to the third constitution, the 1935 Constitution. So, what are the importance of 1935 Constitution? Let's go, guys. Let's do a research about this topic. According to nhcp.gov.ph, the 1935 Constitutions provided the legal basis of the Commonwealth government, which was considered a transition government before the granting of the Philippine independence with American-inspired Constitution. The Philippine government would eventually pattern its government systems after American government. What are the powers of the President under the 1935 Constitution? The President shall have the power to grant reprieves, commutations, and pardons, and remit fines and forfeitures after convictions for all offenses, except in cases of impeachment upon such conditions and with such restrictions and limitations as he may deem proper to impose. And now, let us move on to the last part, or the current constitutions of the Philippines. The 1987 Constitution. But what is this constitution? The 1987 Constitution established a representative democracy with power divided among three separate and independent branches of government: the executive, a bicameral legislature, and the judiciary. Here's the other one question. Who promulgated the 1987 Constitution? It approved by the 1986 Constitutional Commissions on October 12, 1986. The 1987 Constitution of the Republic of the Philippines was presented to President Corazon C. Aquino on October 15, 1986. It was ratified on February 2, 1987 by a plebiscite. It was proclaimed in force on February 11, 1987. That's all, guys, for this broad and historical topic, and I hope you learned a lot. Thank you and God bless.